that you have. And we're going to start now with the meat and the mushrooms. So I got some sausage. I got some shiitakes. You like saying shiitakes? I do. Anyway, shiitakes are a nice meaty mushroom, which just goes really good in lasagna. They hold up really well. Now we're going to get one layer of the Italian sausage. And this isn't going to be like a multi-layer lasagna like some. I kind of find those are a little bit overwhelming. So this is going to be just really 2 big layers of meat, sauce, and cheese. Okay, so you want to make sure you got coverage over your noodles. And then we're going to take some sauce, which I've made. Homemade sauce, shallots, garlic. I've got some tarragon, basil, red pepper flake. And then I sauteed that in olive oil. Add some red wine, some balsamic vinegar, some chicken stock, and crushed tomatoes, salt and pepper, and a little bit of sugar just to kind of cut out on the acid. Now, a big ladle of sauce goes over each of the lasagna noodles. And we're going to do one more. I like a saucy lasagna. Do you like a saucy lasagna? Nothing like a dry lasagna. Okay, so now if you get a little view of this, this is what your sauce and meat should look like. Now we're going to add lots of fresh mozzarella. And I'm pretty generous with the mozzarella because, again, just like a lot of sauce, I like a lot of cheese. Lasagna is one of those dishes that is so satisfying to most people because it's got all those comfort ingredients people like. A rich sauce, meat or some type of veggies that you like, and a lot of cheese to kind of really ooze over the different layers. So that's about what it should look like. A lot of cheese covered so it melts nice and good. And we're going to do the next layer. 3 more lasagna noodles. Just like that. Take the remaining amount of our meat and mushrooms, put it over each layer. Again, just try and cover each as much as you can evenly. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good coverage there. This in the sink. And again, another big layer. Oops, I made a little mess. Sauce. Go on. Don't want to make too big of a mess before I even get in the oven. Okay. This is kind of 1, 2. Got that going. And more cheese. Cheese everywhere. Alright, that's done. And finish up our cheese. I got a little more cheese here. Didn't think I was out of cheese, did you? Would not have been good. Get it all the way to the edges if you can. This will be our last layer of cheese other than what we do on top with Parmesan, and I'll show you that too. Alright, let's use all of our cheese that we chopped up. Last layer of noodles and sauce. 3 more noodles to top it. And you see it's sitting in a pretty big pool of sauce already. This is going to be a little bit thinner layer of sauce just to cover the noodles. It's always good to have some reserve sauce back because as you reheat lasagna, because you never make it through the entire pan, you got extra sauce as it kind of absorbs into the different layers. Okay, that last layer then, I like to do some fresh Parmesan. I always have a big block of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese in the fridge. Freshly grate as needed over anything pasta. And with this, I use a little bit smaller grater, but still pretty big to kind of make it kind of rustic looking on top. So you don't want necessarily a fine grate here, but more of a rustic. And Parmesan has a nice tang to it. Mozzarella is pretty much just like a mild creamy milk cheese. Mozzarella's got that age thing going on, so it gives it a nice tang and saltiness. So when you think you've got about enough Parmesan in it, it certainly can be eyeballed. Kind of cover it like that. The last thing I like to do is take a little bit of basil leaf. And I use dried here. Not a lot, but just to give it a little bit of that pretty green topping, which will really appear nice and green against the red sauce. And then let me clean my pan. And then we're going to get this in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes in a 350 oven. And we'll take a look at when it comes out what our final product looks like. But here's what it looks like going in. And once we come out, we will have it cool and we'll have to take a look and a taste. So I'm going to set my timer. Don't forget. We'll start with 40 and then check on it, see how it looks. So that's making lasagna with Rob.